Hi, folks. This is Ray Rusall here. Well, why am I making this video? Okay, this is going to be a private video for now until whenever. But anyhow, I was approached a while back, actually all the way back in October of last year, about the possibility of being a team member and going to the island continent of Greenland and looking for gold. I don't know if everybody's a real big fan of Gold Rush and everything like that, but I am. And I watched Ice Cold Gold before when it was airing, and that's around the area of Nook. And they end up being in a ruby area, not so much in a gold area. So these guys reached out to me, so I started doing investigating in Greenland. And what I seen, there was a couple of different areas that there's possibilities. You know, I'm a placer miner. I'm a placer miner. I look for placer gold, not a underground hard rock miner. Even though I've done underground hard rock mining, I like finding alluvial gold that's already been freed up from the mountains. So I look for areas that glaciers and rivers and everything have scoured the mountains, put the material down the bottom of the valley, and then shot it down a river to, the sea or wherever it happens to be. So these guys reached out to me, and they were talking about the idea of actually running like a 4-person crew and possibly, multiple crews out there. And what equipment would I actually go and build or use to go on an adventure like this? Well, and I thought about it. I gave it considerable thought. I mean, everybody out there in the gold community actually knows about, the average dredge and high banker from Keen Engineering, and they work great. I mean, good Lord, Keen Engineering's been making gold equipment for a long time. But see, when I got into gold here about 6, 7 years ago, I decided I wanted to see what was modern, what was brand new and modern, what was not exactly the run-of-the-mill old stuff. Speaking of old stuff, I'm getting to be old stuff. So I wanted less work, more yardage, less work, and getting the gold faster in my pocket. I mean, when I got the gold in my pocket and I can sit there and hold it in my fingers, that makes for a good day. When I can hold the gold in my fingers, there's a half an ounce right there, a little bit more than a half an ounce. And that's when I pounded it out and made it into 24 karat gold. That's only about 14 karat. Anyhow, back to the subject matter. So they asked me what kind of equipment I'd use. And when I got into gold, I researched it and I found a product that I liked it because the reason I liked it is I could change the water flow in the capture areas every 6 inches down the sluice box. I could change it. I mean, if I wanted a big riffle, I wanted a small riffle, I wanted a really finishing mat, something that would go really fast, I was something to slow it down. And and I built it and I used it out there here in my local area. And I tried different ones of this matting in different combinations, and it's pretty expensive. I mean, sure, everybody's going to spend money on a hobby. But I finally found a system that actually truly works. And so I was thinking to myself, well, what if I've got 4 guys? What if I've got 4 guys? How am I going to keep 4 guys in the wilderness, out in the middle of nowhere, busy, and all 4 guys concentrating on the same goal? If there's gold in it, how are we going to get the gold out of the ground and into our pockets? And so I've been pondering this idea since October of last year, and I've came up with some pretty good idea. I think it's going to be similar to the dredge that I actually have posted on my YouTube page, where I can load everything I want to on top of this dredge. This dredge actually has wheels underneath it, so I can tow it across the hard surface, or I can actually float it in the water and go from there. And my setup that I have out there is made for a one-person situation. I mean, it's only got the one inlet to it. So I was thinking to myself, now how am I going to get 4 people busy? If I build a different header box and make it it's almost the same width actually. My dredge that I'm running right now is 30 inches, whereas the one I'm thinking about building now is 36 inches. There's a reason for that too. So let me go ahead and show you the drawings here, and then we'll go from there. We'll talk about it some more. Let's turn this around if I can. How do I turn it around? Well, maybe it ain't going to want to turn around on me. Well, apparently I couldn't just turn it around. Ha! Ray and the technology. Okay, so here's what I've drawn. So my goal, the matting system that I end up using, that I like I said, changes out every 6 inches. And this is just one of 9 different styles of matting. But I have learned that I like to run this stuff at the maximum between 12 and 13 degrees. So if I build this new high banker, judging on the plane, the flat plane here, say like this was a float underneath this. This is set at a 12-degree angle. For my best chance of catching the gold, I've got 3 different capture zones for 3 different styles of gold. This is basically 11 foot long. From where the hoses go in to where it discharges is 11 feet. That way I can break it down. The sluice box run itself is twin 8-footers. And if I wanted to, I could split these twin 8-footers into 4 4-footers for packing and mobility purposes. And the header box itself is going to be a 3-footer. It's basically 3 foot by 3 foot. So like we're looking right up here. This is looking straight down on it, from the roof down. So you got basically, actually it's almost 4 foot this way at the top and 3 foot this way. But the bottom is 3 by 3. So the idea here is there's 3 different systems here. Like I said, I got 4 guys to keep busy. So if I want to, when I'm initially getting into a gold area, I can have twin hydroforce nozzles coming off of here. One guy here, one guy here. And they're sucking sand and they're sucking sand and they're building a deeper and deeper and deeper hole. Okay. And then if there's still gold there, if I needed to, I could hire a diver and I could go with the 6 inch. Now I'm basing this all off of kind of Alaska state laws. Alaska state laws for recreational dredger, you can go no more than 18 horsepower in freshwater and no more than 6 inches. So I got twin 3s or a single 6. The single 6, this is basically 2 foot tall, a little bit more than 2 foot tall, 2 foot 4 inches, 2 foot 5 inches, somewhere on there. So you only got a 2 foot sag there, and you're basically looking at about 8 to 10 feet from your jet log system. So of course, to run two of the 3-inch things, you're going to need 2 pumps. You got a Honda 390 here and a Honda 390 here to run these 2 pieces. Or if you want to, you can join both the Honda 390s into the 6-inch jet log. I don't have the jet log drawn here just because you can look it up and it's pretty easy to see a jet log. And that would give more than enough power and suction to push it up the 2 feet into the crash box. Into the crash box itself, I'll have a set of riffles. It's only basically 1.5 feet here. Altogether, it's almost 2 foot of a drop. So I can have a testing mat right here in this area. Coming down into the crash box, I don't know what kind of gold I'm going to find in Greenland. So I want to take and have something very aggressive that'll hold a lot of gold. So at that point, I would consider using a very smooth, open matting system like this. But I'd also probably end up using the what they call the open face miner's moss and 4-pound expanded. So that gives the water really a good hard time to crash. Even rock, I figure this to be no more than 3-inch rocks coming through here. You know, because if you put you put nozzle protectors on that right there, you're not going to get much bigger than a 3-inch rock. So the 3-inch rocks at a 12-degree angle should flow off nicely. And again, if I wanted to, I could actually put a hinge plate here and actually have it lidded open so that if I wanted to, I could actually shovel dirt. The 2 guys or even 3 guys could be actually hand shoveling dirt into this. So we could hand shovel dirt into it. We could run twin nozzles into it, or we can run a single nozzle if we happen to find something that's like massive chunky gold is deep and requires a diver. So that is the equipment that I'm thinking about using. If you're going to risk the idea of going out to somewhere and you have no idea what kind of gold it's going to be, whether it's going to be the ultra fine gold, where my sluice box run would be similar to what I run here in Juneau, or you're going to have massive big chunky gold where you're going to need the 4-pound expanded, but you're always going to need some kind of a testing mat to see if there's any gold at all. So let's see, don't know what else to say. I mean, it's going to require essentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 4x8 sheets of aluminum and a few pieces of hose. I mean, you're going to need aluminum hose that's going to be a 3-inch diameter, 2 of them. That's going to be about 1.5 feet long each. And you're going to need a 6-inch diameter aluminum hose. That's going to be, again, another 1.5 feet long on that too. Of course, it would need twin Honda GX 390 pumps. And somehow or another, at some point in time, even if you just bought a set of Keen floats, but you're going to have a set of floats on here. Or 55-gallon drums or something. So I kind of hope that kind of helps. I mean, granted, I'm not the best artist in the world. It all starts out with just a piece of scribble paper. Piece of scribble paper, and then I get it down onto some graph paper and try to get better numbers worked out, which I could actually probably even narrow it down even more. All my numbers right now on this piece of paper are within 3 inches. It'd be fun. Good Lord, this would be a fun adventure. Though I gotta say, I don't know much about the TV land other than it's slow and there ain't a lot of information till the last darn minute. So, wish me well. I might be another fuzzy guy looking for gold on the television, but it would be an epic adventure, and I'd keep 4 guys busy. I'd keep 4 guys busy. You know, you got 2 nozzle guys. You got a guy on the end keeping the tailings cleaned off and keeping the gas filled up, and you got a guy in the front helping the 2 guys pitch rocks out of the way. So there's 4 guys right there that could be humping dirt. The way you get gold is move more yardage. You got to move more yardage. The more dirt you put through the box, the more gold you're going to find. So, damn, it'd be an adventure. I'm going to play with the polar bears. Anyhow, well, I'll see if I can figure out a way to edit this, and then I'll get it off. I'll put it off in Dropbox or something and get it off to peoples that be, and either they're going to like it or they're going to tell me, "Hillbilly, you're going to spend way too much money." Yeah, I don't mind spending money, but if I'm going to spend money, I want it to be on stuff that's going to be usable for multiple people, not just 1 or 2 guys. I mean, it's a 4-person, because you can't go to Greenland out in the middle of sticks nowhere by yourself. It'd be just dumb crazy. And 2 guys, you can get a lot done with 2 guys. But there's safety in numbers. That's what the old saying is. There's safety in numbers. And if a 4-man crew's all together making noise, we ain't gonna have the polar bears come messing with us, and we'd have a chance to actually finding some gold and putting it in our pockets. So anyhow, God bless you guys. Take care. Ray out.